Ladies and gents, market crash. But this is not the first time that's happened. In fact, we are looking at lower short interest on AMC, but how much lower? You'll be surprised. We have a huge dip on the stocks that you would essentially think makes up the market, including Disney and Apple. In fact, Disney and Apple are leading the Dow Jones lower, and that's after a months-long high. What exactly is happening? Why is Meatball going to be able to speak at the end of this video, and what do we have to tell you about what I'm going to be buying by the end of this video? XXX dollars worth. Not only AMC, there you go, spoiler alert, but one other stock, and I want you guys to stick until the end. Smash that like until it hits 2,300. Comment out which one you are, and let's defeat the algorithm together. Let's get right into it, starting right now. First thing that you might have noticed is that AMC is looking a little bit like it had two major stops on the way during the market day today. We had a stop at the $40 48.99. That was our major levels of resistance today that topped twice. So 48.99 and then 48.48. These are levels of resistance and support that I have been tracking for months now. So in that sense, we have had the data for a long time. My parents are in town and they are leaving tomorrow, which means we're getting back to our regularly scheduled broadcast. Thanks for those of you who are showing love and care and appreciation for the Moon Platoon family, seeing the Moon Platoon itself. I told you guys I would look at the short interest in this video, 19.26%. Oh, whoa, wait, it got all the way up to 20%. It got up to 100 million short, and now it's declining. Just know that there's a 2-day delay. There's going to be Ortex loading its actual live data, and you will likely, since these shorts have to settle within 2 days, seeing a massive burst once the AMC bubble, this crazy price action that has been coming for the last few days, has now resided to its 47 levels. This might be one of the last chances that we have to snatch it before it rockets past 50. At the other side, we are looking at the options chain. This is for earlier today. You'll be able to see that the options chain is mainly comprised of the 145 all the way on the right, but on the left we have in the money calls. These are $38 strike in the money calls, $6 million worth of which, and then add that to the $8 million at 48, and then finally add those to the 4 million right there. You have 4 plus 8 plus 6, that's a roughly 18 million, $20 million worth of calls added just today. So the options chain keeps on rolling, and that gamma squeeze, that delta hedge, continues to roll its way up. Best thing that we can note right now is that we have deep in the money calls now. These are $10 in the money right now, and we have some just out of the money calls at $48. So that's going to give us both sides of delta hedging, one to the other. One of the most important things that you should be able to understand is that once a strike has been passed, as in this $38 one, then it's not going to be pulling the same weight because most of those are going to be hedged already. So if you are paying attention to the markets, if you're paying attention to the fact that right now it may be a cooling off period, it is the best time to strike, because when you hit that metal while it is at its lowest point, you are going to be able to get the most value out of it. Now, that said, that's been my experience during the pandemic. That's just one data point. I'm not a financial or legal advisor, and you should understand that when you're trying to time the market, you're better off just putting time into the market. And that's the financial freedom journey that we have been on for a couple of months together, and Mr. Meatball over there has as well. So what else did I wanted to talk about? I wanted to be able to bring into attention the idea that AMC had about 6-ish% up. We dropped 8.5%, but GME has been staying fairly consistent, especially since that earnings call was a major catalyst that didn't really send GameStop one or the other direction in the long term. Take a zoom out into that 30-minute chart, and you'll be able to see a couple of days worth of price action. The earnings call was somewhere right around this dip, but that did not last. So at the end of the day, we have GME looking like it is ready to sustain its price action right at that $200 range. So that is also why AMC and GME are still neck and neck for competing which one is going to be able to get you up to that XX% up and then XXX% in the short term. I also want to be able to talk about other winners we have of note, right? People are taking a look at SEC close to publishing report on GameStop meme saga, and it should be out shortly. So they move lower while that GameStop report is just about to come out. People right now are talking about the markets pulling back, and now people are going to be jumping on the bandwagon late on both directions. Some people are going to be trying to short Apple stock, right? It's now a good time to short Apple stock, and people are going to be trying to go long on certain stocks that are just going to have a continued pullback, right? Catching a dropping knife is one of the worst ways to get caught between a rock and a knife, and that is not where I want to leave you. So that is the reason why I'm going to be buying $1,000 of GME. Good chance to be able to check in on my position as well. If I create an order here with Webull, I can still buy even though it's after hours. All I need to do is unlock trading. You guys know that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. There's my position in GME. It's what it was, has been for a few months. Let's look at AMC as well. Let's take a look at the fact that you'll be able to see positions. You'll be able to see that I have an average price of around $20. That is about to change because I'm buying an XXXX, a 4-digit position in AMC again. So we're going to be able to jump on in, create a new order. Make sure that this is going to go into the, you can go quantity or you can buy the price itself. I'm going to go with total number of dollars. I'm going to go with 1,000. So it doesn't have to be Webull, especially if you don't support payment for order flow. You can easily go with any other trader, but make sure that you've turned lending your shares for free when you don't get a penny of that transaction off. Turn that off because it hurts the squeeze and it's not even generating you anything at all. Make sure that you can make it a extended hours, yes, right? Doesn't really matter what the other options are. 48.31, right? You can bring it a little bit closer to what it is right now, which is at 47.63. So I'll put it right at 47. You put it at 70 and place in that order. You can check everything that you need to see. 20 shares, 47.70, how much money that would be, and then you can press that buy order. And there it goes, right there for AMC and then for GME. Fairly simple. If you guys ever wanted to understand a little bit more about these tools and where you could maybe potentially learn about the options chain as well, I recommend some of the links down below. Tiblio if you're just getting into the options chain, or you can also take a look at the one-stop shop, my favorite, Lux algorithm that gets you 20% off and gets you those buy and sell signals. We'll take a look in a second how we had that sell signal on AMC early on in the extended hours from yesterday. So that sell signal was the extension of that dip, and we were able to predict it with the help of Lux Algo a day in advance. All right, let's take a look at what I'm doing here. Limit price, quantity, GME, making sure that the extended hours are on. Place that order and buy. There it is. Meatball is trying to say, hey, he's gonna speak now. So luckily you guys stayed until the end of the video because Professor Meatball says, which means if you guys found a little bit of value in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe. On our way up to 125,000 subscribers. We're getting close, and you can help us do it. Thanks to all of you that make this show possible on Patreon. Thanks to those of you who are able to make this a Moon Platoon Grillionaire and Meatball the Space Legend tier fantastic finale to this video, and we'll see you in a future one. For now, but not for forever, have a nice day, and peace.